Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Hales. If we haven't met, I'm a yoga teacher and a physiotherapist here in Vancouver, Canada, and I'm so excited to have you here for another video. Today we have a bit of a shorter video. It's only 20 minutes, and we're really going to focus on opening up through the chest, as well as kind of like calming down, relaxing, dropping in. As always with all of my videos, there will be an accompanying playlist. This is a bit of a more chill playlist, but it's still hip hop, it's still fun, it's still relevant, don't worry. That being said, if you don't want to practice to kind of hip hop style music, you're more than welcome to play whatever music you'd like or do this class without music. If you'd like to do the accompanying playlist, you're going to pull it up from that description box link below. You can either play this off a separate device, or if you're on a computer, you just open a separate browser and then you can manually adjust the volume both on YouTube and Spotify to find your kind of desired mix of sound. Equipment wise today, you need a mat or a soft spot to practice on. And then we will be using either a yoga block or a foam roller, works great. Or even if you can roll up a second yoga mat, if you have a couch cushion, anything that's not too hard that we can kind of use to help open up the chest at the beginning and end of class. All right, I'll get you guys to pull up that playlist, and I'll get you to press play on that first song in 3, in 2, in 1. Perfect, let's get into it. So you guys, we're gonna grab our yoga blocks, our foam rollers, whatever we're using. And you have 2 options here. So you can choose to take this horizontally across your back, or you can choose to take it vertically across your spine. You can play with both. I'm going to take mine horizontally and laying it about the height of the shoulder blades, or for females taking this class, about where the bra line would be. From here, you're going to let yourself arch over top of the roller. And then see what it feels like to bring those arms either straight out towards the side, like the letter T, or maybe to what we call a cactus position, so to 90-degree bend at the elbow. If this feels too tight, if your object is too high that the back of your head can't rest on the ground, you're more than welcome to pop a pillow underneath the head, or just take the roller out and start laying on your back with your arms in this cactus 90-degree position. And I want you here just to close your eyes. And can you allow yourself just to drop in? Now, a lot of us, for many reasons, are really tight, really constricted across the chest. Whether that's a stress response, we tend to like to get closer and closer in with the shoulders the more we feel stressed. Or maybe it's just part of the way that you sit at your desk all day at work. We don't often come into these big chest opening positions. So if this feels pretty vulnerable, or if it feels pretty intense through the muscles, then that's okay. But see if you can find just a little bit more sense of comfortableness in this place of discomfort. So to make ourselves more comfortable, we can take a few deeper, slower breaths. And then you can also make sure you're relaxing your jaw. Can you relax the legs? Can you relax the shoulders away from the ears? Notice if that makes the stretch a little bit more comfortable just by relaxing those things that you can control. Beautiful. Just going to take 2 more easy breaths here. And take 1 more inhale. And take 1 more big exhale here. From here, I recommend just kind of rolling towards the side a little bit so that you're able to remove that object. And then you're going to come right back to laying on your back. And then I want you to notice how that feels, to now rest firmly on the back after doing a little bit of that chest opening. As you lay on your back, you should feel like the shoulders are a little bit heavier now, down and towards the floor, a little bit more space across the chest. From here, we're going to slowly start to gather those knees up in towards the chest. You're going to give yourself a squeeze. And then you're going to start to rock and roll up and down the length of the spine. And crossing at the ankles, you're going to make your way to your hands and knees, a tabletop position. And then we're going to move through a few cycles of cat and cow. So you're going to inhale here to drop the belly, really lifting your chest, lifting your tailbone. And then exhale, I want you to round the spine, press the middle of the spine up towards the ceiling. Inhale, you're arching that upper back, almost like when you're arching over that roller or block just a moment ago. And then exhale, you're tucking the tail, you're rounding the spine. We'll do one more like this. You're gonna take an inhale, really find a little bit more lift up from the center of your chest towards the ceiling. Exhale, curl that chest in towards your hips. Beautiful. At the end of your exhale cycle, you're gonna make your way to hands and knees, tabletop. And now go ahead, tuck those 10 toes under. You're gonna slowly start to make your way into a downward facing dog. I say this a lot at the beginning of class, but always taking note if this is your first downward facing dog of the day. We can't expect our bodies to be as open in our first downward facing dog as they will be in our 10th or 20th down dog of the day. So be kind, be gentle with your body. And then as you're ready, you're gonna start to inhale. We're gonna take this right leg up towards the ceiling. So you're gonna find a three-legged dog. And then exhale, you're gonna step that right foot forward between the hands. With that right foot forward between the hands, I want you to keep your left fingertips grounded right underneath this left shoulder. And then you're gonna open these right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Now, see if you can open so much, find so much expansion that this right side of your chest starts to open up too. Beautiful, and then can you keep knitting those ribs in together so it's like you're using those obliques to twist you deeper, so it's still active. Beautiful, take one more big inhale here. Nice, big full exhale. And then from here, you're gonna use the core, so you reach those right fingertips higher up towards the ceiling. And then you're gonna come all the way up so that left hand meets the right. From here, I want you to imagine that roller, that block is horizontally across your back. Can you start to reach up and over of that roller, really opening the chest? If this feels like enough, you stay here. If you want a little bit more, you start to bring those arms to that 90-degree bend. And then can you start to squeeze those elbows together, opening up the chest? Beautiful. So really finding this activation, actively squeezing those shoulder blades together wherever you are to open up that front line. And take one more inhale here. Full exhale. Your next inhale, you're gonna lengthen those fingers up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, you're gonna take those fingertips down, framing your front foot. That left foot is lightly gonna spring forward to meet the right. From here, we'll find an inhale to a halfway lift, so that means lengthening the crown of your head forward. And then exhale, you're gonna melt the heart, you're gonna fold. Good, on your next inhale, you're gonna slowly roll yourself up to stand, almost like a rag doll. So let the low back start to come up, then the mid back. Finally rolling those shoulder blades down the back, head stacks on top of shoulders. From here, opening up a little bit more into that side body, you're gonna take those arms up overhead. And then you're gonna take your right hand, grasping a hold of that left wrist. You're gonna start to press that left hand up towards the ceiling. And then you're gonna reach those left fingertips over towards the right side of your mat. So that right hand is pulling your left hand up and over. Naturally, you're gonna let that hip start to drop over towards the left, getting into this nice, beautiful stretch on that whole left side of your body. Beautiful. Can you find a little bit more reaching up and over? So prioritizing length through the rib cage as you reach up and over. It's one more inhale. Good. Exhale. You're going to slowly come back through center. Switch the grip. So left hand is going to circle that right wrist. And then you're going to go up and over towards that left side, feeling that right side of your body stretch out as that right hip moves towards the right. And now noticing here, if one side feels more restricted, feels tighter than the other, that's good information for your body, and where maybe after this class you need to spend a little bit of extra time opening. Beautiful. Take one more inhale here. Stay for that exhale. And then you're going to slowly start to unravel. Take both arms overhead. Release that grip. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, you're taking it forward, forward fold. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Find that halfway lift. Exhale, you're going to press those palms down. You're going to walk your feet back to a high plank at top of a push-up. And then we're all gonna lower smoothly to our belly in one long line for 3, for 2, And for 1, your chest is gonna hit, you're gonna untuck those toes. Let's walk those fingertips a little bit wider and then take them a little bit lower towards the base of your rib cage. You'll take an inhale breath here to roll the shoulders back. You're gonna lift your chest however far your spine wants you to go. And then with the exhale, you're just gonna drop that right shoulder. So you're gonna look over your left. Just opening up one side of the chest. Good, take an inhale, come through center. And then this time reversing it, dropping that left shoulder. Go 1 more each way. Take an inhale, come through center. Exhale, drop that right shoulder. Yeah, inhale through center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder. Beautiful. Take an inhale, come all the way back up through center, maybe a little bit higher here. This time on the exhale, you're coming all the way down. From here, can you stack hand on top of hand? And then maybe rest your cheek or your forehead just on top of the hand. Take a moment, let the chest start to neutralize. Beautiful. Take 1 more inhale. Big full exhale. As you're ready, those hands are going to come back underneath the shoulders. You're going to push yourself through hands and knees and then keep reaching that tailbone all the way up towards the ceiling to find your downward facing dog shape. Now already, just by opening the chest, if you can slide those shoulder blades together, widening the space underneath the armpits, just getting a little bit deeper into that downward facing dog. Now we'll start to take this on the left. So you're going to inhale, you're going to take that left leg straight back behind you. You're going to find that 3-legged dog. Right away with the exhale, you're using your abdominals to take that left foot all the way forward between the hands. So we're going to be in a runner's lunge. So hands are on either side of that front foot. From here is an inhale to start to take those left fingertips up towards the ceiling. You're going to find this nice, beautiful open twist. Yeah, and then same thing here. Notice if one side feels a little bit harder to twist to than maybe the side you're on before. Just something to know, our bodies usually have preferences for which way they like to move. Always good to try and work into that weakness to make it stronger, more mobile. And taking 1 more inhale here. And full exhale. And then slowly engaging the core of the glute. You're going to keep taking that left hand up towards the ceiling and then bringing that right hand up to meet the left. Good. From here, option just to take that little, almost like jumping over a high jump bar, arching over that bar, that block with that upper back. Or option here to take those elbows down to 90 degrees. Good. And then maybe really starting to guide those elbows together. And I want you to notice just how squeezing those elbows together naturally starts to puff out the chest. So activation of your upper back naturally gives you that chest lift. Beautiful. You're going to take an inhale. You're going to slowly come out of that arch, coming back through center. Exhale, those fingertips are going to come down, framing your front foot. That right foot's going to step forward to meet the left. You're coming back into your forward fold. From here, option to hold on to opposite elbow. Kind of like a ragdoll shape, and you can start to take yourself side to side. And really let gravity work here, almost like pulling your arm bones out of their sockets, getting maybe a little bit of length through these lat muscles, the sides of your body. And then bend those knees as much as you need. Good, and notice how it feels to start to continue to breathe deeper. So big full inhales, big full exhales. See if it can start to feel more intuitive, a little bit easier to breathe. And slowly you're going to release those hands right back underneath the shoulders. You're going to walk those feet from here about hip distance apart, maybe a bit wider. And then you're going to angle those toes outwards to 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. From here, you're going to tuck your bottom down towards the mat. So you're going to come into a yogi squat. If you have issues with your knees, this doesn't feel so great, this is where that block, that roller is going to be handy. You can take some of that pressure off the knees and just perch on it here. Otherwise, if you're in that nice deep yogi squat, which is so good to get full flexion in the knees, get full bend through those ankles, If you're here, can you press those elbows in towards the knees to broaden the collarbones, but also broaden that space between the knees, so opening up that full front line. Again, sometimes opening up the front can feel like a big release. Sometimes it can feel really scary to drop out of our safe hunched over position into this really open position. So breathe deeper into this and see if you can trust yourself here. Beautiful. We're going to take one more big inhale. And big full exhale. And then getting out of this, you're just going to take those hands back behind you. Nice graceful landing so you can drop down onto your butt. From here, you can choose to spin around to face the long edge of the mat like I'm doing if that feels more comfortable. You're going to take those feet out really wide. So you're going to come into a super wide-legged forward fold, or people that did dance or gymnastics, it might seem like a straddle position. And from here, we're going to continue to open through the sides, through the chest. So these right fingertips are going to come down inside that right ankle. You're going to inhale, that left hand is going to reach up and over, like you're going to reach all the way over towards those big toes. The focus here, again, our natural tendency as humans, especially in time of stress, you're going to feel yourself wanting to collapse forward, bring those collarbones together. I want you to fight this, reverse this as much as you can, almost rolling this top shoulder open, so you're trying to distance those collarbones apart from each other as much as you can. And then we spend a lot of our days doing things that our body doesn't want to do, doing things we don't really want to do as humans, whether it's work, a tough workout we didn't want to do. Let this be something that your body does want to do, so don't force it to go anywhere it doesn't want to go. Instead, be kind to it. Can you meet your body exactly where it's at? And take one more big inhale here. Full exhale. Next big inhale, you're going to slowly come all the way up through center. And take your hands onto your knees. Can you sit up nice and tall? Now notice if maybe that left side of your waist already feels a little bit longer after stretching it out so deeply. If it is, we'll balance it out, don't worry. We're going to take those left fingertips now somewhere along the inner line of that left leg, and those right fingertips are going to start up overhead, and then you're going to reach them up and over. And again, one side of your waist, it might be a little bit tighter, a little bit shorter than one. If you're finding repeatedly in all of these stretches that one area is tighter than the other, that's the one you're going to want to spend a little bit more time on day after day, or an area to focus on maybe when you feel stressed or if you spent a lot of time at your desk. Nice and slow, you're going to come all the way back out through center. And then again, taking that moment to equalize. So noticing now if both sides of the waist feel a little bit longer, if this feels like you have a little bit more space to move from. We're going to slowly start to close those knees. And we're going to make our way to hands and knees, a tabletop position. Last little bit of stretching and moving. We'll go on your left side first. You're going to inhale, take that left hand. You're going to reach it up towards the ceiling, really open up the chest. Exhale, you're going to thread the needle under, reach those left fingertips as far towards the opposite side as you can. And two more like this. Take a nice big inhale, open up. Exhale, thread the needle, wrap it through. One more, take a nice big inhale. Good, big full exhale. And then slowly coming back through center. Good, we'll do our other side. So you're inhaling, opening up that right side. Any little cricks and cracks are totally normal, they're totally okay. And then exhale, can you thread those right fingertips underneath you? Yeah, inhale, totally open it up. Exhale, thread it underneath you. One more like this. Inhale, open up a little bit further, biggest rotation yet, opening up that right side of the chest. Good, then exhale, thread the needle, wrap it under. Good, you're gonna inhale, slowly finish up, coming back through center, hands and knees, that tabletop position. Now slowly start to melt your hips back so they can rest on your heels. Then I want you walking those fingertips as far forward as you possibly can. And then really let your chest melt down towards the floor. You might feel this underneath the armpits, a little bit through that upper back, wherever you hold the most tension. Maybe you just feel this in your hips or your low back. That just tells you where you're a little bit tighter. And then can you start to slow the breath down? Can you start to breathe a little bit deeper? Nice, you guys. Take a big inhale. Big exhale, one more like this. Can you inhale as you breathe in? Can you really puff up into the back part of the rib cage, into your low back, pressed up towards the ceiling as you inhale? And then exhale, can you let everything be heavier down onto those thighs? We'll slowly, carefully start to walk those fingers to meet the knees. You're gonna shift your weight over onto your butt, taking those legs out in front. Let's grab our roller, our block, one more time. And placing that the same way, or maybe the different way that you did last time, so horizontal or vertical. And you're gonna come into your chest opener one more time. Now as you close your eyes and open into that chest opener, I want you to notice if just doing 20 minutes of stretching, moving, and breathing made this position feel easier. I know for me it's way less intense of a stretch. Now as you close your eyes and drop in deeper, can you also notice if maybe something happened deeper than physical? Maybe on top of having a little bit more open of a chest, hopefully a little bit less upper back tension after this. Maybe you also notice that that heart rate can be a little bit slower, that those thoughts can race a little bit less. Our body, our beautiful bodies, has such a connection to our minds, our nervous systems, our thoughts, our feelings. So sometimes creating a little bit more space in our physical body can create a little bit more mental space too. So lean into that and breathe into that. Know that these shapes, this practice is always here whenever you need it. Whenever the chest feels really tight from work or from stress, whenever it feels like the world is on your shoulders, you can always take that press pause. You can always breathe. You can always come back here. You can always lighten that load on your chest and find yourself again. We'll close off our practice with the final really big cycle of breath all together. So take a big full inhale through your nose. Big full exhale out through your mouth, letting it go. I will leave you guys in your chest opening stretch. You're more than welcome to make your way out. Otherwise, you can stay in your stretch as long as you need. Thanks you guys so much for stretching it out with me. Again, my name is Hales. You can find me in the description box below, all my links to find me in person in Vancouver or to find me online. Otherwise, have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video.